Now, I can't see the folks that are watching this on LinkedIn, and I can't see the folks that are watching this on Facebook or on my YouTube channel. I can just look over the people that are part of this Zoom broadcast. And tonight, we're going to talk about something that you're probably not going to hear anyplace else. Oops. See, when you know network marketing's biggest secrets and how to apply them to your daily business building activity, you will rise to the top of your business faster. Now, we're right in the middle of my social networking boot camp for LinkedIn and Facebook. And tomorrow night, we're going to get into communicating with people. But I love stories. I love success stories, and I love sharing the accomplishments of people that I worked with over the years that have embraced what I've been teaching 27 years, dating all the way back to America Online. Well, today I got a message from one of my students, one of my oldest students, Francisco Rodriguez. Couldn't wait to share with my mentor that my business has now grown from 72,000 motivated team members in August to over 300,000 members in the last 2 months. The last whale I enrolled in my business added over 200,000 people to my business when he brought his leaders and team members with him. Your elegant strategies and amazing scripts are working for everyone. What you taught me continues to change my life and the lives of so many other people. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Imagine from 72,000 people, and imagine 72,000 people. How do you do that? And the truth is that everything Francisco did, you can do. All of the things that he does on Facebook and LinkedIn every single day, you can do. Now, the 10 secrets that the top earners in network marketing know, but never talk about. And let me preface this by saying, you're never going to find anybody that is more passionate about the network marketing business model than me. If I wasn't passionate about it, if I didn't believe in it, if I didn't know in my heart that it is a phenomenal opportunity for people, I wouldn't be doing this. Wouldn't be doing it. But if you're going to be successful in a business, you have to know the rules. You have to know how the game is played. I remember when I got into my business back in 1998, I met someone at happy hour who was an emerald in Amway. And I went to my upline and I said, hey, I met someone in Amway that's relatively successful. I think I might be able to get them interested in our business. And my upline told me, stay away from other network marketers. They've already selected their route, their goal. Don't waste your time with other people in the business. Who knew? I didn't discover the secret until 3 years later. So let's talk about these 10 secrets that the top earners know, but they never talk about it. And when you understand what these secrets are, you'll understand why they don't talk about it. First, every month, at least 200 network marketing companies close, fail to launch, or make unpopular changes that cause people to leave, to go someplace else. Every month, 300 new companies are launched, but 93% of them are going to fail within 5 years. Number 3, network marketing companies actively recruit top earners, whales, from other companies, especially startup companies. 4, successful networkers will leave a good company and move to another for all kinds of reasons. 5, successful networkers will leave a failing company and move to another one with their team. And when successful networkers leave a good company and move to another, they will find a way to bring their leaders, team members with them. 6, 85% of the top earners in the company have been in more than one company during their career. Ask them. Reach out to your most successful upline and ask them, how many other companies have you been in? Everybody has a story. 7, people usually make more money in their second or third company than they did in their first. Because when they go to their second company, they go to their third company, their warm market consists of people that they knew in their first company. 8, when you bring top earners, whales, into your business grows much faster. And 9, help is available to you to recruit top earners, whales. And 10, anyone at any level of experience in network marketing can recruit top earners. For those of you that just participated in our fall retreat last month, we stepped you through the entire process. And I am so motivated to get this information out that I'm going to do something frankly I've never done before. And that is, I'm going to make the videos of that 3-day event available to everybody, frankly, at a highly discounted price. Because the more people that know this, the more people are going to be successful. So secret number 1, every month, over 200 network marketing companies close, merge with other companies, fail to launch, or make unpopular changes that create a large pool of people that are earnestly looking to find and join another company. Again, the top earners and leaders found in this group are routinely called whales. Now, there's continual movement of network marketing leaders moving from one company to another as things change in their company. So I want to share with you Francisco's story, help you understand it, help you understand that there's nothing that Francisco did that you can't be doing. Nothing. This simple strategy that helped Francisco enroll 25 people in the last week of August is in my scripts book. It's in my scripts book. Talk to people. That's what it's all about. Now, everyone on LinkedIn and Facebook created their profile for a reason. Their photo and cover, plus the information provided about themselves and their visible daily activity, makes it easy to pick the best prospects for your business. Prospects who would be interested in your business and eager to talk about it. Now, for those of you that are on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is making some tremendous changes. Tremendous changes. Think about this, 890 million professionals in one place. Everybody on LinkedIn, everybody on Facebook is represented in that big bowl of candy and nuts. The green M&Ms represent business builders. People want to make extra full-time income from home. The orange M&Ms represent recession victims. They're looking for a way to make money and survive financially. Today, Facebook announced they're letting 11,000 people go. Twitter announced they're letting people go. Mortgage companies, banks are letting people go. Business is slowing down. The yellow M&Ms are unhappy network marketers seriously looking for another business. The blue M&Ms are active network marketers that are open to looking at your business. And they're easy to spot. You can just do a keyword search for the name of a company and they'll come up. And the thing is, they may be passionate about the products. They love the products. They're not going to give up the product. But they're just not going to be able to make the kind of money that would enable them to quit their job, retire early. So if it's possible to do in your company, well, they're open to talking about it. And finally, you got customers, the red M&Ms. People would eagerly buy your products and could become business builders later. The key to being able to interact with people, prospect and recruit effectively. When you're reaching out to people you don't know, you have to be reaching out to people that are active. Because if you start sending connection requests to people that haven't been on LinkedIn for 4 or 5 years, and you send out enough of them, one morning you're going to try to get into LinkedIn and your account's going to be locked down. You must ensure that the people you're reaching out to are active. Now, LinkedIn's going to make it easy. They let everybody put a open to work frame around their photo. And on their profiles, they give you a button to push where you can actually see how active they are. So it doesn't take very much for you to identify an ideal prospect for your business, pick out the people that are active, send them a connection request with a message. And the next thing you know, you are talking to people. 3 or 4 questions, frankly, is all that it takes to identify whether or not the person that you're talking to is really a potential candidate for your business. Think about it. If you know in advance by the contents of visible daily activity on someone's profile that they could be a perfect prospect for what you're selling, and if you could quickly develop a relationship with them and then qualify them during a casual conversation, you're going to sell to more people and build your business faster. Stop wasting time reaching out to a bunch of people who will never buy your product or get into business with you. Perfect prospects are easy to find when you know what you're looking for. The more selective you are about the people you continue to talk to, the more successful you're going to be. Facebook and LinkedIn are like 2 big bowls of candy. They are online gold mines of eager prospects that you can proactively reach into anytime you want from any place in the world and pull out the desired candy of your choice. There's no limit, day or night. But today, LinkedIn is 100 times better than Facebook. Now, the fast way to grow your business is to find and then enroll the professionals that want to start their own business. Many want to launch new careers, and others are open to work and want to generate full-time or part-time income from home. They are as easy to connect with as pulling a green M&M out of that bowl. And there's no limit to the number of times you can do it. Your business will grow faster when you find and enroll active network marketers in other companies or people with prior network marketing experience who would like to find a new company. It's as easy as pulling blue M&Ms from a candy bowl when you know where to find them and how to approach them. And finally, the fastest way to grow your business is to find and then enroll unhappy network marketers with teams who are searching for a new company. It could be as simple as pulling a yellow M&M from a candy bowl when you know where to find them and how to initially make the connection. And then knowing what to say. What worked for Francisco on AOL years ago works even better today because you have direct, easy access to more people. In June of 2020, I got this message from Francisco. I want to thank you for the 20 plus years you had mentored me in network marketing. I came back to work with the company. And my first week, I sponsored 18 people. Now, how does that happen? 18 people in one day. That's 3 or 4 people a day, Monday through Friday. Your system from the AOL days, I've applied the methods on Facebook and LinkedIn and Twitter, and it all works. You're the best. Can't believe it's 21 years. When I started working with Francisco back then, he was building a prepaid legal business. 18 people his first week. Well, I hear from him again in October. But you see, Francisco initially connects with people that have many things in common with him, especially his hobbies. So reaching out to people that share your work experience, share your military experience, share your hobbies, your activities. Connect with people that share your passion for an activity. It could be boating, cruising, flying, fishing, sailing, marathons, running, tennis, working out, surfing, skydiving, whatever. So when he went back into Facebook and he started to make posts, he made posts around his hobbies, the things that he's passionate about, and people would react and respond. He'd start a conversation, restart a conversation. Some of those people he'd been connected to for years, hadn't talked to them in years. What activities are you passionate about? Think about it. So, October, he sends me this little note. Max, I recruited 20 people last week. Again, how does he do it? He makes a post, starts talking to the people that react or respond, or he looks at what other people are doing and engages them in a conversation based on what they've done. It's easy to get somebody to ask you what you do. All you have to do is ask them, what do they do? Then in November, Francisco enrolled 2 whales. So remember, when you bring a top earner into your business is going to grow much faster because they bring people with them. So he sent me that on November the 2nd. I'm in the process of enrolling 2 whales. Both combined are making over $1 million a year in their company. And we have developed a strategy. For those of you that are in boot camp, we're going to share it with you in our next session. For those of you that participated in our last retreat, you know what I'm talking about. 2 whales. Then he sends me this in December. The 2 whales would bring 3 other whales into the business. And so we ended up December with 5 whales and a motivated team of 200 people. I'm excited to report the 2 whales that I brought in, I brought members of their teams, and they brought in 3 other whales who are bringing in members of their teams. Everyone's excited about how your strategies and scripts are helping them build their business. So let me just say to all of my students, if you're not talking to 10 people every day about your business, if you're not talking to 10 people every day about your business, my God, the world is passing you by. Your competition is there. You're missing the boat. The end of the year, 200 people. 2 months later, Francisco had 10 whales in his business, and everyone's bringing their teams from their previous companies with them. Now, the reason that the network marketing business model is so appealing is the duplication. You make a sale one time and people keep using the products over and over and over again. They tell their friends. So your business duplicates, your teams grow just organically without having to do very much. So by March, 10 whales went from 5 to 10. Strategies and scripts help everyone build their business faster than they imagined was possible. Now, the more you do this, the more confident you're going to get. They gave him the confidence to talk to any unhappy top earning network marketer, position myself as the leader they want to work with. His business is on fire. My students, in their headline on LinkedIn, talking about how they're social media experts, social media trainers. Well, words are cheap, but you all know things that 95% of the social media gurus out there don't know. The more you do this, the better you get. The more you do this, the more confidence you're going to have. March 2022. 10 whales. I'm sorry, 2021. In 6 months, by June, Francisco's team would grow to 2,000 people. And now his group of whales is up to 16. Started in the business in 2020. 2021, by June, he's got 16 whales and he's got 2,000 people in his business. The whales love him because he's teaching them what I taught him. His business is on fire, and everybody that he's working with is excited. I feel sorry for the people in the company that he's in that are not on his team because they don't know what he's teaching them, and he's not about to tell them. And for those of you that are in other companies, so many people in your company don't know this. You're not going to tell them. Why would you educate your competition? Over the summer, Francisco's team would grow to 6,000 people. And the number of whales on his team were now up to 20. 2,000 people in June. 6,000 people in September. Duplication. You'll hear top earning network marketers get up and say, oh, you know, I only enrolled 30 people personally, but I've got thousands and thousands of people in my business. This is how it works. So you talk to an unhappy network marketer, you bring them into your business and your business explodes. He went on to say, I know I sound like a broken record, but you're without a doubt the best network marketing coach in the business. Best thing that ever happened to him. And for those of you that are in my boot camps, for those of you that are my coaching students at one point in time or another, you're going to be saying the same thing. So that was 6,000 people in September. By December, those 6,000 people would duplicate to 14,000 people with the help of 30 whales. So by December the 12th, he had 14,000 people on his team. I projected he was going to hit 20 because he was averaging about 3,000 new reps a day. But he closed out the year with 17,000. Everyone's blown away at how quickly everything works. Want to wish you a Merry Christmas and let you know I enrolled another whale. 200 people, December of 2020. 17,000 people, December 2021. And now we move into this year. 1 month later, those 17,000 people would more than double to 38,000. Again, they're growing organically because that's what network marketing does. That's the power. They're also teaching their team members to follow my 90-day game plan. So that's creating more team excitement, motivation, and faster results. And everybody loves him. He's their internet guide, their internet guru, only he's giving them things to do that really work. January, 38,000 people. This is where it really starts to get exciting. And the work that Francisco was doing now, he's interacting with all his whales. He's helping to train them. He just has to stand by, let them do what they do. But he's teaching them all how to use LinkedIn, how to use Facebook. Think about it. 38,000 people in 13 months. By June, those 38,000 people would grow to 52,000. And in June, he says, I got off the phone with a major whale who had a disagreement with the company owners and master distributor over money. This major whale has a team of over 600,000 people. My upline is I and talk with him, and he loves everything we've been proposing. The man had been in this company for 25 years. He knew nothing about social media. Now, for those of you that are excited about this, and so now, how do I go out there and find whales? Let me find these diamonds. Let me find these platinums. Let me find these people at the top. It's not the way you do it. It's not the way you do it. You reach out to a top earner in a company. You're just another one of those pesky people trying to sell them on your deal. You connect with people lower in the business. Connect with somebody, develop a relationship with them. That's what happened there. He'd been connected with somebody for a couple of years. Every once in a while, they would engage. What's new? Well, things aren't going so well in our company. We may be changing companies. Really? What's going on? So his friend told him, he says, would you mind hooking me up with the top guy? I might be a help. And because the relationship was solid, not only did the person give Francisco the name and phone number, they introduced him. So being introduced to a top earner by someone in their organization who they know, who they trust, versus hearing about it from a stranger makes all the difference. All the difference. So June 20th, they're in talks. Think about it, 52,000 people in 18 months. Well, August, his team would grow to 72,000 people. 72,000 people in 20 months. It's growing on its own. It's growing organically. If you keep bringing people into your business month after month after month, and they're in and they're out, they're in and they're out, they're not staying, it's not growing. You need to question that. Is it you? Is it the company? Is it the products? It's one of the reasons why people will jump into a company and then leave. August. The beginning of August, he sent me this. My company started a recruiting contest at the beginning of August. I was so busy enrolling the top earner from another company that I had no time to do any personal recruiting until this week, last week of the month. In the last 7 days, your elegant strategies and scripts have enabled me to enroll 25 people. I'm now on the leaderboard for the contest and just may win with one more day to go. He was actually number 2. I know I sound like a broken record. What I've taught him has changed his life. Apply what I'm sharing with you. It will change your life. And so today, that whale with a team of 600,000 people so far brought over 200,000. Francisco has never worked harder in his entire career in network marketing, putting in a lot more time, but he's never made the kind of money he's making now. If you want to be successful in your business, you have to be, 1, passionate about the products, the company, passionate to the point that you tell people about it, even if you weren't getting paid. 2nd, you want to be working with somebody that's successful, somebody that can help you. And 3rd, if you're going to do it on the internet, you need good, solid internet tools. 3 things. General matrix people expect to see. Francisco connected with somebody down there who introduced them to the top guy. Unhappy networker there. The leader is a happy network marketer until things change. That's the way it works. So stop looking for the top guys. Anywhere in the matrix that you can make a solid connection is going to give you access to everybody else. Doesn't matter where. People know people. Bring somebody into your business, get the leader list. But it's always easier. It's always more effective if you can get an introduction, if you can get an endorsement. Not necessarily on the caliber of the company. You want an endorsement about you. This is a relationship business. And then you have to have patience. You have to nourish a relationship with daily posting, frequent likes, shares, genuine flattering comments, and sincere personal messages with these people. You tell somebody to open up their settings, they're going to love you. Show them how they can appear to be online all the time. They are going to love you. Ask them to change their picture on Facebook and watch what happens. They will put you on a pedestal. Over time, the relationships flow. You never know when it's going to happen. In some cases, we can be proactive. We can be reaching out to people in companies that we know are struggling. Cynthia added 1,400 people to her business in 60 days by connecting with an unhappy network marketer who joined her business when his company changed the comp plan. As an area coordinator. Her new enrollee made it possible to enroll his top upline leader, who had been in the company for 5 years, had a team of 150,000 people, by making the connection. Cynthia's team would grow to 3,000 people in 90 days. Everyone in the company would call her the internet queen. Roger was an area coordinator in the company. His upline was Terry. When Roger came into the business, he gave us Terry's information. We reached out to Terry. Terry would bring over 300 people to the first company event, all of the leaders. Terry's group of leaders added 1,400 people to Cynthia's business in 60 days, and then 3,000 people a month later. Again, don't necessarily go for the top. Now, there's a continual perfect storm of opportunity in the network marketing industry as leaders leave one company to join another. Companies go out of business. They fail to launch. They make unpopular changes, driving leaders with large teams out looking for new opportunities. Back in 2020, in November, a network marketing company called Univera, out of the blue, abandons network marketing. They sent out an email to all their leaders. Your last compensation check is going to be November the 30th, 2020. What do the leaders do? Where do they go? They've just lost their business. Earlier that year, a company called Javita, been in business for over 12 years, did the same thing. When you get into a network marketing company, you're betting on management. You're betting on market trends. Mary Kay pulls out of Australia and New Zealand, leaving behind tens of thousands of business builders. The year before, Avon pulled out of Australia and New Zealand. Isagenix just pulled out of the Philippines, Malaysia, Hong Kong. All the leaders that had teams in those countries, they wanted to keep the team together, had to find another company that did business in those countries. Renata Lundberg worked with Univera for 17 years. She was one of the top earning leaders. Not only did she make millions of dollars in the company, she helped many of her team members make millions too. When she got to notice, she was sick. It's like getting a divorce. It's like catching your spouse in bed with your neighbor. Betrayed. So what do? You walk away from the industry, you say, I'll never touch this, I'll never do anything like this again. No. You find another company. It only took her 6 months to become a top earner in her new company, LifeWave. Rhonda Collier in Isagenix, one of her team members enrolled the #1 earner in another company, making $500,000 a year. It happens. Can happen to you. It's all about relationships. Will Zanders was the #6 top earner in his company. When we started working together, opened up his settings, made himself visible. Within 72 hours, he was the #1 recruiter because he talked to people that reacted to what he was doing. He makes a post, 2 posts, generated dozens of easy conversations. This activity, create a page, connect with people, communicate with them, close them. It all comes down to conversations, but having conversations with people that you know need what you have, want what you have.
I do have a.
Came back from Vegas. Now he's #2. Just reached the diamond rank. He's making $50,000 a month. Rosa Gonzalez built a team of 15,000 associates in ASEA in 1 year. Dana Barish, one of the reasons she's been a top recruiter in the company is because she's applying what I taught her to do. She's at a party plan business. She's making over $105,000 a month. She does live broadcasts on Facebook. She gets 40, 50,000 people watching her. Dr. Nestor never had any success in network marketing. Started working with her in November of 2020. By January, she was cooking. In December, your scripts and strategies were responsible for 9 enrollments while my entire family was battling COVID. By February, she was up to director 6. Think about this. Gets into the business in November, and by February, she's a director 6. And she has 3 directors that are killing it. I love that last line. I wish I had listened to you a year ago. So starts working with me in November. By February, director 6. By March, director 7. Send me that note. I just advanced. Why didn't you shake my shoulders and make me listen to you a year ago? And then I heard from her about 3 months later. Just want to check and give you an update. I've been doing pretty good since our last coaching session while I'm still a director 7. I've enrolled 81 customers so far and have earned $35,000 in my business. Now the top producer on the team I'm with, which is expected thanks to your scripts. When people ask me how I'm doing it, and they ask me all the time, I tell them I'm doing and saying what you taught me to do. That's what she says, but she doesn't give them the details. Chuck, after one coaching session, brought in 13 customers. Again, it all comes down to conversation. It all comes down to who are you talking to. Carol Pierce had been building a USANA business for 15 years. Now, USANA is not a social media friendly company. They're not anti-social media, but they're old school. Her upline was one of the top people in the company who was totally anti-social media. So Carol participated in 2 boot camps, decided this is the way she wants to build a business. She asked me to coach her, and she got it. It was a great online conversationalist, but she didn't have good online tools. And she couldn't go to her upline for support because he didn't want to know about people you can meet on LinkedIn. But still, she was doing it, signing up maybe one person a week, a little annoyed that it wasn't going faster. And she came to the conclusion, you know what? If I was in another company, that made it easier. If I was in another company that had good online tools and simple systems that I could use to build my business, it would be easier. So she asked me to introduce her to a leader in another company. I did. She signs up in the business. Middle of the month. The last 6 days of the month, she made 10 presentations, enrolled 8 people. Had the best month she's ever had in 15 years and rank advanced 1 level. When you're talking to the right people and you have the tools, game over. Then I heard from her the following month. I've never experienced such growth in my business. I rank advanced again. One of my team members rank advanced using the 4 C's. My business is going by leaps and bounds. My entire team is duplicating. Your scripts work so well if applied correctly. There's so much excitement. I'm not trying to impress you with this. I'm trying to impress upon you what you could be doing, what's possible for you. You're all heading down the same road. You all have the same access to the same amounts of people. And then the 3rd month, rank advanced again. 3 months, 3 rank advanced. Her life has changed. She is having fun. I wish I knew about you years ago. Hear it all the time. Al, for those of you that think your business slows down in December, think again. I started working with Al in a boot camp. He wanted me to coach him. So after our first coaching session, we made some changes to his profile. And he enrolled 3 people, 1 business builder, 2 customers. And he's loving it. Says meeting new people every day, it's like fishing. Well, the business builder that he enrolled would bring 750 people into his business in the first 15 days of December. Rest of the post you suggested got me 2 appointments to talk about my product. Rick Dawson. Sandy, I think Rick was somebody that you worked with. Been targeting network marketers this week using the Max method. Got 12 people to talk to in one day and have 2 ready to sign up with more calls being scheduled. I think those calls were with you. And then he sends me another message. Excited once again, I was able to use the Max method. Yesterday, made close to 100 new friends on Facebook. Brought 2 new people in my business after a 3-way call. I think, Sandy, they pulled your name out of that. Not only is this making your business fun and exciting, but it's profitable. Andy Van Dyke in Amsterdam sent me this. Within 2 hours, I have 13 people looking at my opportunity. I've never had so many requests from people, still 59 more to reply to. And then she sends me this. So excited. I just signed up a guy in my business from Cyprus that I met on LinkedIn. He has 50,000 people in his former business. She made so much money bringing that guy into the business that she took off for 6 months. Now, with my new tactics and strategies that we're introducing for November, you can beat your competition to connecting with the hottest prospects, produce immediate results and faster enrollments, position yourself as an authority to everyone in your niche market, ensure you'll be chosen over your competitors, and enroll experienced leaders and many more new reps. And of course, duplicate the process with everyone on your team. November and December will be your best months. And it all comes down to talking to people. Tracy sent me this. Since I started working with you in boot camp, I've signed up 5 new people. I have 5 more looking into business. I have so much confidence now. My business momentum is growing. I advanced 1 level in the last 30 days. I love what I've learned so far. Paula was so right to have you on her call. She's working with Paula Pritchard in Jeunesse. Since boot camp, the rank advanced 2 levels. When I get going with this, I lose track of time because I'm having so much fun. Last week, I only had 3 days to work my business, talk to 36 people. Confidence. 4 3-way calls, a one-on-one meeting with a colonel in the U.S. Army who is also an IPEC life coach. Added 3 customers. So, for those of you that participated in the retreat, you need to tap into that information. For those of you that did not participate in the retreat, every quarter I do was a 2-day event, now it's 3, where I teach people what the top earners in network marketing know, but they never talk about. So I'm going to give you all an opportunity to get the videos, get the ebooks. And I've made the price so outrageously low that if you don't take advantage of this, you're committing literally business suicide. Perfect storm. And now with inflation, LinkedIn is going to be the place where you want to spend your time, where you want to build your business. Now, we're going to give you access to the retreat. It's 3 days. You get how to recruit whales. You get a 90-day game plan. You get the most current scripts book. And then we're going to show you how. We're going to give you all the information that you need how to develop a $1 million mindset. The secrets to closing more sales in less time. The 10 secrets, how to connect with whales. These are all our sessions. And we're going to go through the 90-day game plan. Let me just take a quick look at who's here, because most people don't realize they're not visible. I'm going to pop over here to LinkedIn. And let's look at Andrew. All right. So, Andrew, do you see yourself? Do I need to put the M in? So if people can't see you, all the, whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, for nothing. Let's look at Antoinette. Okay. Now, looking at Antoinette, looking at your page, I can tell you right out, well, right out of the gate, your settings are off, because I can see your followers. I'm a full-time worker by day and a professional fuel consultant by night. I'll just tell you right out of the gate, this isn't going to work for you. Because there are tens of thousands of people in your company that are fuel consultants that are just flat out jamming the business down people's throats. Oh, you know, I always save this for the end, okay? And let me just come down here a little bit more. And let me, I just came down and let me back up. I was kind of hoping since I was going to be talking about him that he'd show up. And so let me unmute Francisco.
Good evening, Max.
Well, good evening and congratulations, my boy.
Yeah. First and foremost, you're right. holiday seasons are here is the best time for recruiting, and I'm going after everyone. You just sparked me up. You got me pumped. I'm ready to go. I am ready to go for the next Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's. I'm going for it.
Well, with I mean, how does that the last big whale feel about you that you brought into the business? He's got to love you.
What's the nickname you call him? Moby Dick
Yeah.
or Killer Whale?
Right. No. When you run into a network marketing leader that's got 600,000 people, in his business, and he's unhappy, he definitely Moby Dick.
Yeah, definitely. He's happy. Again, it's a lot of work. Like you said, I didn't think it was gonna be that much work, and we're just day by day going through the motions of training his people and bringing some more in. And, as I mentioned to you, we're at 300,000. We're trying to shoot hopefully by January to get to 400 to 500, but it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work.
Now, when you say a lot of work, what kind of work are we talking about?
Doing presentations, talking to his team, and just getting them enrolled. The process is really, it's a lot of work, and getting them trained. So we're talking about from start to finish in a larger scale.
So you're doing three-way calls. You're training the leaders to train their people. Yeah. It's a totally different ball game, and yet you still have time. The last week in August, you were still able to bring 25 people into the business.
I had to show some rookies how was it done, and I mean, by age they're a little older than me, but they're still new in network marketing, so they couldn't believe that I would at least try to make it in the top 10 into recruiting. I'm like, I'll get there. Just let me do it. And they were shocked.
So you were demonstrating the process to other people.
Yeah.
That was your motivation to do it. I get it.
It was almost the time. Remember, I forgot her name. A blind lady beat me by 3 signups. And you called me out. It was a Saturday morning. And you're like, how did you let her beat you?
I
got so mad. Like, I don't know.
Right. Well, blind people can do this too. They have all kinds of software, for people that reads to them, what's on the screen. I remember years ago, I was talking to Mark Yarnell, who was an icon in the business, and he was not social media friendly at all. I mean, he just didn't know anything. And so I was doing a demonstration with him, and he says, because Mark was a retired minister and phenomenal speaker, phenomenal presenter. And he says, put me in a room with prospects, everybody signs up. He really was very, very good. And I was showing him doing searches and showing him all the people that were available to him. And so he said to me, thanks for reminding me about this. He says to me, how many blind people are available to talk to me in Chicago? All right. Now, when you put the keywords in that search window, you don't know who's going to come up or how many are going to come up. And I had a lump in my throat, but I went in there and I did a search for in Chicago, and I just typed in blind, 74 people.
Wow.
74 people on AOL. And actually, no, I think it was MySpace then. 74 people on MySpace that were blind. And that was it. I mean, he was all over this, and really poured it on. And he got to a point where he no longer had to travel. You know, like every weekend he's in another city. Sometimes he'd be in 2 cities giving presentations. And I said, Mark, there's something called virtual. I mean, you could hit 4 cities in one day without leaving your home. And it was a tremendous loss to the industry when he passed away. It was, I think, 55 or 56. But listen, I am thrilled for you. And I just want to say, as I scroll down here and look, let me see, I think I saw an old student too. Yeah, let me look at Marilyn.
Just to let you know, Max, kids are growing. Older one's 11, younger one's 8. They're getting big.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
It's not like my 20s where I'm able to spend all night prospecting. I'm limited based on their activities.
Well, you know, actually, when you think about it, you know, you're doing this now to demonstrate to other people how it's done. So it'll keep you in the process, it'll keep you in the game. And the thing is, the more you do it, the easier it gets. The more people you're connected to, the better it is. I remember years ago, Brent Bryson invited me to give a training at Nu Skin's international event at the end of February. There were like 14,000 people there. And I had my laptop hooked up to these big screens. And so I gave a training on Friday, and I asked people in the audience. Again, this was very primitive. It was America Online. You had a buddy list, but you could see who was online. So we went down, I did a search. We picked a city. I picked out 3 people. I sent them messages. 2 of them responded. And within 10 minutes, one of them was interested in the business. The audience went crazy. The next day I come back to do another training. And the feedback I'm getting is it was set up. I made it look too easy. So I addressed the crowd and I said, listen, you're the ones that picked the city. So let's do it again. Pick a city, pick a different city. And now male or female. I let them pick the gender. I did the same thing in less than 10 minutes. I had somebody back and forth with me because I could pick, you knew who you were looking at based on the contents of their profile. I did it 3 nights in a row and the audience went crazy. Marilyn, I'm glad you made this one. I saw you had registered for the other one. And welcome back. The question that I had for you was, you know, you don't have a lot of people. You're not connected to a lot of people on LinkedIn. So have you been away? Are you getting back, or are you still doing the same business you were doing before? And sometimes people can't unmute, but if we come down here, yeah, there's let's come over here. Okay. See, if you work for the Veterans Administration, that needs to be in your profile. If you work for the railroad, that needs to be in your profile. Everything that you did, Chamber of Commerce, that needs to be in your profile. Hospice, in your profile. All of that needs to be in your profile. And that's going to free you up to connect with people. And at the end of the day, it's going to be all about conversation, all about talking to people. So I'm glad you're back. And let me look at Don. Let me unmute Don for a minute. Don, it's nice to see you.
Hey, Max. Good to interface with you again, too.
Yes. And let me just. Well, I got to tell you, Don, I know sometimes you get a little distracted, but you are so positioned to go to the top. So how's business?
Business is improving. It had slowed down because I had a lot of distractions in my personal life.
Right. How you feel?
I wanted to touch base with you on this webinar because just as you had mentioned earlier, with all of the, especially in the IT community, layoffs going on, I know those people are going to be motivated and hungry to get involved in this business. And I wanted to make sure that I refreshed on the latest and greatest that you would be teaching.
Yeah. Well, again, you're right. And more people, one of the easiest ways to make connections. This is a new feature for LinkedIn since the last time, we did anything. You go up here and let's type in looking for new opportunities. Now you could pick anything, any subject. And then we click on people. And so LinkedIn has put that open to work frame like this one right here. They make it easy to identify. He's looking for new opportunity in sales, business administration.
Boom.
And he's following. LinkedIn is misdirecting everybody, telling them to take the connect button off, replace it with the follow button. Well, that slows down the whole process.
Exactly.
So where
I learned that from you.
Right. So where the back door is, and you come down here. Okay, 15 years in guest services. Now, so according to this, he says he's been looking for work since July of 2020. Now, he's been doing something. It's just that he's not putting it on his profile.
Right.
So, and he's clearly saying he's open to work. He's only going to keep that up there for maybe 2 or 3 months. And then he's going to pull it off because he's going to get sick and tired of hearing from all these people that are trying to sell him stuff. But clearly the thing is, and this is, let's go back to your profile, because the thing is, let me hit the back button here. Okay. The thing is, if we go down and we take a look at everything that you've done, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So the people that you're connected with, Taekwondo, martial arts, you have, real estate. There it is. I remember that. So you're a colonel in the Air Force.
Correct.
All right. So you come up here.
I was mission support commander during Operation Iraqi Freedom.
Right. So you come up here US Air Force. Now on LinkedIn, you've got $684,000 people that are in one way or another connected to the Air Force. Now, you come up here and you do Air Force veteran. You got 61,000. You have US Air Force retired. You got another 66,000. But the hot group that you want to work with, US Air Force transition, the people that are getting out of the Air Force. So you got 13,000 people that are getting out of the Air Force. What are they going to do? What are their plans?
Exactly.
Now, what are their plans? And the beautiful thing is, some of them know other people that are transitioning out. This is the power of what you're all learning, because the people that you're talking to, the people that you show the business to, they all know people. The whole process becomes incredibly powerful. Everything duplicates. And that's the beauty of this whole thing. So you got to, so listen, I'm glad you're back.
Thank you.
And
It's inspiring to listen to you again. So that was another motivation.
are you, how's your health? If I remember correctly, you had some issues. Are we good?
I'm still doing some rehab, but other than that, I'm good.
Good. Well, look, folks, you're all on my mailing list if you made it on here, even if you're here for the first time. Tomorrow, I'm going to send out a special promotional piece giving you all the opportunity to grab those recordings from the retreat. You'll not only get the recordings, you'll get the books. I've never done this before. Why am I doing it? Because I know, as a matter of fact, when you get it, if you don't listen to any part of this, okay, you want to listen to what we did on Saturday, the $1 Million Mindset. Because if there are any of you that question your potential, question your possibilities for being successful in your business, that was what that was for. There is you have unlimited access to people, unlimited. There are 890 million professionals on LinkedIn. They're joining at the rate of 10 million a month. Why? Because it's a treasure trove. It's a gold mine of opportunities for you to network with people. The greatest barrier facing everybody in network marketing has always been not having qualified prospects to talk to. Doesn't exist. The biggest challenge you're going to have is that a lot of your best prospects are being hounded and pounded by other network marketers trying to sell them stuff. And so what you have to do is you have to make the connection. Okay? Make the connection. And then take a little time to get to learn about people, and it'll come out. You don't even have to try to push anything on them. Okay? It's there for you. And LinkedIn easily 100 times better than Facebook. So probably over the weekend, we'll be opening up registration for our for our December boot camp. And one of the things that we always do is when you register for the December boot camp, we give you access to the month's previous boot camp. So you'll have, like, for example, tomorrow night we're doing Communicate. And then next Tuesday, it'll be Secrets of Closing the Sale. We're giving everybody a book, downloadable book, Think and Grow Rich, to inspire everybody. We have new scripts book. There are new opportunities. The holiday strategies that we've been teaching for years has quadrupled, because now we're talking about unofficial holidays. So if I come over here, this is Canada. So Friday is Veterans Day. Sunday is World Kindness Day. Monday is National Pickle Day. Wednesday, National Fast Food Day. So there are all kinds of unofficial holidays that you can use to start conversations with your prospects or restart conversations. All of you head down the same road that Francisco started on well over 23 years ago. Every one of you. Where you're going to be in 90 days is going to be determined by the number of people that you talk to, number of people you enroll. Where you're going to be in 6 months, same thing. Going to be determined by the number of people you talk to, number of people you enroll. There is nothing, absolutely nothing, to prevent all of you from becoming leaders and top earners in your business. Nothing. You're all heading down the same road. Look forward to getting to know a lot of you. And just as a quick aside, if there's anybody here that's interested in my coaching program, please just put coaching and your phone number in the chat window, and one of my staff members will reach out to you tomorrow. We're finishing up. Actually, I just finished up with somebody today who by Valentine's Day, it's going to have another amazing success story. So we've got room for 2 more people. Just put coaching and phone number in the chat, and somebody will reach out to you. Until next time, best of luck in building your business. God bless. And of course, congratulations again to Francisco.